Is friendship important? Hell no, I don't fuck with y'all bitches. Sorry. I love y'all. I love friends. Because you know why? When I'm home and I'm alone and I want to crack a joke, I need a friend to talk to. One day I was at Home Depot and my total came to $17.38 and there was nobody to laugh at. I had to tell the cashier. That's when I started looking all weird and shit. Like, I'm cracking jokes with strangers and they're not gonna care about my corny jokes the way a friend would. They wouldn't at all. So make sure you do everything in your power to hang. Look at that yellow butterfly. See, that was confirmation, guys. Make sure you do everything in your powers to be a friend. I'm telling you, London, cover your ears. Act like your friend was a dude and she had like you would fight for that. You better get your out there and fight for your friend, okay? And that goes the other way around. I don't know how dudes get down. They already got that bromance going on. But you do the same thing. You fight for your friend, okay? And that's the message. Be patient. And look at this yellow. The yellow butterfly just keeps coming. The friendship is here. Because I'm talking about friendship. And nature. I knew I was going to get that confirmation, guys. Let me just tell y'all the beginning, the middle, and the end of this story. I'm just going to walk y'all through this friendship. So, alright, y'all ready? I know y'all love drama. Y'all is just so, y'all a mess. Y'all love drama. But I'm going to give it to you, okay? And then what I'm going to also do is show y'all the receipt so y'all can know everything was legit. It wasn't made up. I mean, if you follow me on social media, you probably would have saw it. It was on Facebook. But, of course, like when this first happened, I did not go and I did not do any screenshots or whatever of the initial message that set me off. But you will see that in the dialogue between me and the person that it happened with, that she went back and confirmed, you know, was it actually true or not. So you'll know I'm not making this shit up, okay? Alright, so let's jump into it. Oh my God. What is that? That's birds. Okay. So, happy Sunday. The highly anticipated day of truth. What happened with me and my racist friend? So, well, we're going to call her the racist associate, okay? She was a friend, and I really had to think about whether I wanted to continue a relationship with someone that was just so blatantly willing to go on social media and talk about killing, running over, brutally using violent tactics to hurt black lives. She didn't give a hell. Okay, she did not care. And what made it worse was when I went on her page, it looked like she had Klansmen that were already friends of hers just going around glorifying it, liking it. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck is this? What is this? So, let me tell you the story, okay? Just in case you missed it, that's what happened. The backstory was that I, was friends with this girl. And I'm gonna tell you about our friendship. I'm gonna tell you why the friendship was very important to my decisions in dealing with this girl. Okay? And I mean, many of you that's sitting at home watching probably already made up your mind. You probably don't even need to see the video to be like, you know what, I would have did this, this, and that. What is she making a video for? It's a no-brainer. But that is where the message comes in that I was telling y'all. There's a message in my story. There's a lesson behind this all that I want you to pay attention to, okay? Don't rule it out. So, first of all, I'm going to call her Big Texas. She's from Texas. So, you already know in Texas, there is a lot of racism going on. I mean, it's fucking racist in Texas. You know what I'm saying? Amongst other things. Now, you got some good and some bad, just like you do here in Baltimore. I'm going to call me Little Baltimore. Lure Baltimore. Look, I don't even know if I should walk back there right now. Like, for real, it gets a little dark. But, we gonna try. Whatever I see, whatever comes on this video as I'm recording is definitely supposed to happen, okay? So anyways, I met Big Texas at work. We was working at this medical alert place, and she had just moved here, just settled down. I'm gonna use her alias because of some private information I'm going to disclose about her, and it's not in the nature of talking about her, but just to kind of let you know what type of person we're dealing with, okay? So this girl, I mean, when I met her, what did I notice about her? That big ass Crown Vic that she had, or it was a Lincoln Town Girl, one of them. It was a big one, big silver. Look, butterfly. Friendship, okay? But that was a black one. That looked a little, whew. Anyway, look at this butterfly. Talk about friendship. The last time it was a yellow butterfly. Now it's a black one. Okay, so when I met her, you know, I noticed that car. Like, Shorty had this big ass car on 26-inch rims. And not only that, they were spinners, okay? And I'm going to tell you something about that car. So, we were at work. She was talking to, like, all the people around me. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. Because me at work, like, I'm normally not a person that make friends. Like, I'm normally just a standoff type of person. No one talks to me. I don't talk to them. I don't care. I'm a loner, like, by heart. So I always wonder, how the hell do these fake asses get clicked up? Because they be in there talking about each other the next. Let them go out to a party or something. It's going to be headlines at work the next morning, Monday morning. So I just never get myself involved with the work club cahoot gang. I just don't need those types of friends. And not to say that all of y'all like that, or all of the people that at work is like that, but I don't know, I just never really made friends there or whatever. So, but she was like talking to people, and the people that she was talking to were black. Also, they struck me as people that used to do drugs. I'm like, why the hell? Like, some people just give me that North Avenue, North and Broadway vibe. Like, and some of the women that she was talking to just gave me that North and Broadway vibe. I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you even talking to them? But that ain't my business. I was busy selling my medical alerts. Now, when I was selling my medical alerts, I'm not even gonna lie, some of them old people made you had to snap on them. I was snapping, and I'm like, damn, I hope this shit don't rub off, because I heard Big Texas back there snapping too. She was like, I would be tripping off of her low key, because she'd be over there cussing people out just like I was or whatever. So I'm like, I hope I'm not rubbing off. You know what I'm saying? I do got that tendency. I don't want my bad vibes rubbing off on other people, and then they start doing it too. Damn, son. So she over there cussing. I didn't even learn till later that in her little, she had like this little canister thing that thermos that she was drinking out of. It had some liquor in the baby. She had spiked. She was spiked coming to work, okay? So that was adding too. I'm like, this bitch is starting to snap on these people. I hope she don't hear me and just starting to get comfortable, like, well, she do it. And it was something like, when she did start talking to me, it was just something to talk about. Something, you know, that we didn't start talking because of the drugs or the alcohol. You know, we didn't really have anything in common. I'm not white. I'm not, like, because I found out, you know, she was talking to those girls because they was all met or some shit, trying to get off drugs. She had butanes that would help them, and she was selling it to them or some shit. So it was that type of thing. I don't fit in nowhere with that. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, she just kept reaching out to me and at work, and that to me let me know she probably want to be my friend. So I'm like, all right, I don't mind that, because it was a girl that was sitting next to me. Her name was Patricia. Oh fuck, why did I say her name? Well, Patricia, you know, y'all know who she is. But it was like slow to grow. Like, we'd talk, but it like in this, I'm not even going to lie, y'all. It's mostly with the black girls, the black women. Some of y'all cool, but then y'all just, it's like, it's very much harder for me to be friends, or even, and that's why I felt like friendship was over past a certain age. Y'all got some healing issues to do, because you can't even be a friend without having a problem or being fake the next day or it being drama filled or whatever. So I find myself not even talking to half the other black people here, like, to be honest. It's always a competition. Like, it don't even have to be that. But this is what y'all make it as. So, you know, I just battle up. Now, Big Texas, on the other hand, she was really trying to fish for, like, what type of person I was, what I was doing. She found out I did music. She like, send me that, email me your songs. Email me your songs. Next thing I know, this bitch coming to work, blasting my shit in her big car. But she was definitely supporting me, and it was to the point where it was making the other girl that was buying the beats from her jealous. Like, why the fuck are you jealous, baby? Why don't you like my music too? That's what I'm saying. Like, so it was causing a division. Like, I didn't even talk to them anyway. But that's another story, you know. So, but she stuck through, true and through with me. And that was our foundation. That's what we started off on. It wasn't a weak basis that we started off on. It was the fact that she opened my eyes to show me that I can be or make friends as an adult, and they can actually be genuine. Okay? Because I mean, it was transparency right after that. It wasn't like she became my friend to hide shit. Like, we instantly took off into friendship. I mean, you know, because life don't stop. So, for her, she was battling, I guess, going back with the drugs because she was in a new relationship. She just moved here from Texas, and she was like, look, I'm just thinking about saying fuck all this shit and going back and do drugs full time and just say forget the responsibilities of everything. And I'm like, hell fucking no. I think it was raining shit. I think it was her husband that was making her feel like going back to do drugs. And I'm like, man, fuck him. If we gotta get a place together, we gonna do that, but I'm not about to go back out here and get on that shit. I'm not about to let you, you know. And then fast forward, when I needed to get my driver's license or take my driver's test, she was there. She let me use her car. I mean, it was just things like, then she got pregnant, she had a baby, I became her daughter's auntie, she was my daughter's auntie. I mean, we talked about so many things, even when it came to her telling me, you know, my mom's racist, I grew up in a racist family. Her daughter back in Texas is actually mixed. She has a mixed daughter, another white son, and then she came up here and had a daughter that's white by her. You know, she didn't mix it up here, but she has a mixed daughter back, and she's a teenager. So, you know, I'm like, now, I'm not going to say that every person that date or have sex with somebody that's not, every white person that, you know, have sex with a black person or have babies by them or in a relationship, it can't be racist, because that's not true. There's a thing called white supremacy. and they will take the time, they will take the years to detriment the black race just by, you know, being in these relationships. So I'm not saying I'm not blinded to that. That happens. But the fact that what I witnessed of her, you know, she gravitated towards the people that she felt like she liked. It wasn't like I didn't feel racist from her. She explained she was transparent. Like, I don't feel like a racist person would go through all of that. You know what I'm saying? Her husband, she just kept me away from her husband. And that might have been another thing. You know, me and her husband is cool. But she just, every time he come home, all right, girl, he about to come home, so, all right, you can come back, you know. But she always wanted to hang out or whatever. So, even, and let me tell you something. Her husband went out one time, and he cheated. He was cheating on her with a black girl. And she called me like, I do not know. I cannot believe he doing this shit. And with a black girl. Like, she was like, I mean, you know how he is. Like, so how could he cheat? And I'm like, girl, that'd be the ones. That's what I'm saying. That make you feel like they hate something that they really fucking love. That's how dudes do. So she like, look, this is the bitch. We looking on her Instagram. Can you go with me to DC? Because we're about to go pull up on this bitch. And guess who I was about to say, yeah, I'm pulling up. She just didn't want to follow through with it. So I had her back. I just want to emphasize the fact that we had a history. Our friendship and our foundation was built on her showing me that you can be a friend. You can make friends as an adult. Alright? So, moving forward, I lost contact with her. You know, we used to hang out. I used to go to her house. We used to go to dinner, all the shit. I lost contact. I lost contact with her. Okay? There was no way I could, and I was urging for her. I'm like, where is this girl? Where's Big Texas? Like, I know where she lives at. I'm riding down her block. I don't see none of her cars. We had a mutual friend that I kind of introduced to her and her husband, and he was still seeing them. It just wasn't as often, but he was still in touch with them. He was still seeing them. I'm like, well, how the hell do they stay in touch with you? I introduced y'all. Like, well, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? What is going on? So I just thought all types of crazy stuff, because remember I told you her past. So her things could have just spiraled out of control, and I'm like, damn, yo, like I can't even be there for her. But what wound up happening was I was going to a dispensary, and then her husband spotted me and, hey, yeah, I gotta go tell Little Texas, Big Texas, where you at? Give me your number, girl. I have to call you. And I'm like, oh, that really? Oh my God, I can't believe it's you. Like, and I'm like, oh shit, what's up? He wound up spotting me and my daughter. This man's voice sounds so fucking familiar, but I cannot put a finger on who or where he is, or like who he is. And then he said her name, and I'm like, oh shit. Thing is, he progressively got old. Like, in the few short years that I knew Big Texas, he had long jet black hair, and then he cut it, and then it became gray, like very, very fast. So he changed, and I'm like, damn, he really, really looks different. But what he did was took my number and gave it to Big Texas, you know, and rekindled us. And I'm like, wow, so he really did like us. He rekindled us. She was like, I cannot believe he did that. I'm like, me either. He was so happy to see us, and I was happy to see him too. And I cannot wait to see my baby, because that was my baby. And she was like, yeah, girl, we gonna hang out. You wanna go to the beach? We've been trying to hang out, you know, make this thing a reality since I've ran into her husband. We've been trying to make the thing a reality, just talking about hanging out. And I think we're trying to do it too much because it's like every day, hey, can we do this? But something happened. So I think she wants to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And so we planned, you know, to hang out. It never happened. And she was my Facebook friend too. We started being Facebook friends and all of that. So I happened to, and Facebook is the devil. Like, you don't even be wanting to see this shit. You don't. Like, I don't get on Facebook to look into drama or what somebody said. I don't really care. I really don't. But I couldn't help the fact that her status was like the first status as soon as I got on there. Like, bam. And it was clearly probably a Black Lives Matter post that someone shared, and maybe somebody got ran over. Something was happening with some cars and black people, because her comment, her caption was, fuck Black Lives, I will run all of them motherfuckers over in a heartbeat. And her mom and who, I didn't know it was her mom at the time, but I just seen a woman and some other people liking it and all of this shit. And then I looked at something else and I seen something else racist that she said, and I just left a emoji like, this does not mean I'm opening my mouth for something else. I'm appalled. So instead of me doing the dramatics and begging for her attention and trying to get an explanation, I did what I do best and just blocked her. Blocked her. I wasn't, and I blocked her from two places. I was going to block her from my cell phone too, but I don't know how I forgot. I think I was like just so caught up in blocking her and making it known why. Like, this bitch literally just befriended me. Like, we just rekindled, and she talking about my daughter and all of this. Then I look on her page and she talking about fuck Black Lives, she'll run us over. Like, that to me really did something to it did something to me, because we talk about each other kids. Not only that, you know, it's just not us. We talk about kiss, you know, your daughter, and then in the same breath, bitch, you talking about you will fuck a black life and run them over? That just, it ate me up. So I just was like, you know what? We didn't see each other. We have not seen each other since, you know, a couple years ago. And maybe that was just the thing. That was the key right there. We don't need to. That was just God showing me why he separated us. But I feel like once I reevaluated the situation, God separated us for the growth that needed. Okay, let's start over. God separated us for the growth that needed to be demonstrated when approaching the situation. Like I said in the introduction video that I left a few days ago, I feel like I went through this situation because I was not going to be quiet about it. And there are many, many, many people at home, outside, you know, around, that are struggling with talking about race. You know, especially when you have friends or people that you associate with that you really never got a chance to know their standpoint on it. They may be your friends, but like I said, that don't mean they not racist or low-key white supremacist or whatever. You need to ask questions. You need to find that out. And not all the time asking a question is going to reveal the truth. So you really have to know the actions of this person as well. So, you know, she wound up texting me after about 3 weeks or so. You know, after I blocked off my social media. And it must have been meant for me to forget to block her from my cell phone. She actually texted me back. And she was like, hey, what's up? You know, casual, like nothing ever happened. Like she never even said anything like that. or she don't even speak like that. And I'm like, what? I'm surprised you even hit me up or something like that. You know, don't take it word for word, but I will leave the receipt so you can read everything. She was like, no, and I was saying that. I wasn't saying it because I didn't want her to hit me up. I was saying it because she chose to say, fuck Black Lives. You know what I'm saying? She's the one that said it. I didn't say it for her. So she was like, what? Is this a joke? And I'm like, no, it is not a joke, sweetheart. Like, I was on your Facebook and I saw what you said. You said X, Y, and Z, and it looked like X, Y, and Z to me. This is what I saw, so I just blocked you. And she went and looked. She was like, I'm about to go and look or whatever. And then she went to look, and I'm like, okay, so a long enough amount of time went past that I felt like she was just going to leave it there. Okay, and I'm pretty sure some of y'all petty asses would have just left it there. I'm pretty sure some of y'all impatient, judgmental asses would have left it there, and that would have been the end of a friendship. And this is why a lot of y'all asses is lonely now and befriending people that's with the instant that's going to stab you in your back. One thing I know for sure and for certain, there's a thing called the soul tribe. And whether you were born with this person or not, these people are supposed to be in your pack. Let me show you this soul tribe over here. You see that soul tribe? They see me too. Okay? There's a soul tribe there. And they're looking at me like, what in the world? Stop being nosy. Okay, I'm going to go back to my thing. So, yeah, it's called the soul tribe or whatever. You are supposed to know who your soul tribe and realize who your soul tribe is, because these are the people that, okay, you know how you fight so hard to keep these low vibrational pieces of shit in your life? You know how you fight so hard to keep them bum ass people in your life that wind up stabbing you in your back or making your situations harder? But the people that fight to be in your life, or the people that's always there, you know, over the years, the months, they always saying good morning or how you been. They sending you messages, you know, random messages that it's just basically to let you know, hey, they still here, they still hanging out, and you might not even value these people. That is your soul tribe. That is just soul tribe. I know I've cut off people plenty of times, or had arguments with people plenty of times, thought it would be the last time I talked to them, and they always in my fucking life. Like, I cannot get them out of my life. They're there, they in the backgrounds, you know, they pop up, hey, you know, every now and then. That is your soul tribe, and you will meet new people along that path in your soul tribe as you go new places or do new things. So you cannot, your blood is your birth, you know, your birth family, but once you pass that, it's all about your soul tribe. And people don't really hang on to these friendships or realize them. They don't recognize them. So this is number one, my confirmation in, you know, her place in my soul tribe, because I already know about my soul tribe. I realized that when I'm like, I'm treating some of these people very, very shitty, but it's like when I'm at my lows, these people are here for me. The people that I was treating them shitty for, ain't no, I mean, they out kissing the next ass. So, you know what I'm saying? That is what I had to realize. So, with that being said, the next thing that kind of stuck out to me was me and Little Baltimore and Big Texas's foundation. Remember, the foundation that I said that we started off on was her showing me some shit. She showed me that I could still make friends at this age, that we can be transparent. Like, she was going to be my friend, and I was going to be her friend the same way, without a lot of the bullshit that people bring, like when they have foggy reasons of being in your life. You don't know why they're there. You know, they come in your life, one being your face, but they don't keep it real. And it's like, why are you even here? She never showed me a glimpse of not keeping it real at all. You know, even when it came to the things about being racist and shit. So when she went back to read, that was her taking accountability. And when I told her, you know, come back, hit me back, like when you read, I wanted to have this conversation, I want to talk about it, and she actually did, was me being open to learn her, you know, to understand her even more, to deepen our friendship.
Cause every time the show was, I got the cold shoulder. I mean, you stopped showing up. I did it, stop growing up. Never was proud of me.
That's what that was. And by her being willing to go fish it out, admit to it, and then come back and talk about it.
I'm confessing, mama left me in the wreck. I'm so upset. Gotta hold my head, put an S on my chest. They think I'm lucky, but I'm blessed. They wanna see just what I'm doing. Walk my talk, my way I'm moving. Tryna stop me, please don't do it. And mama couldn't do you think you would. I can't miss mama, but I remember you.
So once she went into explaining, I mean, it just connected with what I was feeling initially, and it was easy for me to forgive her. That to me was, you know, all I needed to know, that this is a person that I need to keep as a friend. The acknowledgement that you will see that we gave each other in those receipts was something that every person should do as a friend. You know what I'm saying? Friendship is just not about liking somebody for a common thing, and because y'all both do the same thing, y'all both eat a booty, or y'all both some fucking scammers, or whatever the fuck, you know, whatever it is that y'all came into friendship for. It's not only about that. It's about having these realizations and these breakthroughs. And I feel like that was the main threshold of us getting past this. So to answer your question, yes, we got past that situation because I kept in mind my friend's history. The fact that she has a racist mom. The fact that, I mean, racist family, period, back in Texas. The fact that she did drugs before. And it wasn't, you know, her pattern with the drugs, like how it happens. The fact that I didn't even consider her drinking. I know she drinks, but that's like, she's not an alcoholic. So she had a drug problem, whereas though she had to get off the drugs. So I would think that that would affect her judgment a lot more than the alcohol. But the alcohol was definitely one of the reasons why she was speaking like that. So, you know, she went back, she told me, oh my God, I even forgot I was saying this stuff. Yeah, I get caught up in, you know, some of the stuff my mom be saying and all of that, you know, back. And she's racist, and I don't know what her mom is sharing on her page. She could very well, and this is how her evenings was going when I was, you know, going over there and seeing her. Her husband would go to work all day. She's in the house with her daughter, drinking out of her little thermos or whatever, on social media, watching TV, doing little things around the house to make the time go. And like I said, as soon as I got on social media, even with this situation, that was the first thing that was there. So if that was drawn to my attention in that way, I can imagine if she has these racist people sharing this racist shit on Facebook or whatever, how it's probably haunting her ass. And then, you know, she's drinking. So you see this, it's triggering, and bam, she fall right into it. Now, here was my theory. I looked at her actions. There's nothing that she could say to me that would make me feel like she would actually get in her car. Like, even for me, I don't really see her getting into her car and running people over and bumping my music, though. Like, I don't see that. Maybe if she was drunk, like, people do act different when they drunk. Maybe. But I just feel that she was speaking out of emotions, out of the anger, not even the anger, but the, the alcohol, the whatever she shares with her mom. Remember, her mom has her daughter, her mom has her son, and she's in Texas, so she has to have some type of relationship in good standing with her mom in order for her kids to be okay. Things like that, you know what I'm saying? Her mom needs to know she's not on drugs, and in order for her to even respect her, so her probably even talking like that is winning her mom over even more. Not only that, one point that I made was taking a personal, putting her shoes on my feet, or any racist. First of all, I put racist shoes on my feet, and I'm like, could I, like right now, man over there jogging, okay, could I just be like, oh my gosh, look at that white piece of shit, I hate him, I'm gonna kill him, he's white. I don't feel that. Because at this point, like, if he was getting mangled by a dog or somebody was picking on him, guess who the hell will be there trying to save him and help? Me. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't match that hate, anger, and rage inside of my spirit for another race. Now let a bitch do something to me, and I can watch a motherfucker and dare maul that motherfucker and record it, depending on what's being done. But I'm not saying I would want to do it, and I hate them. I mean, their color or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't. That's just not me. Oh my god. Okay, my keys are here. It's just not me. I can't be racist. But like I said, if a white person did something to me, could I say some racist shit? Have I said some? Yes. Hell fucking yeah. And not just white, like any fucking body. You know what I'm saying? I've said some racist shit before when somebody did something to me. But in my heart, am I racist? Fuck no. I'm not. At all. And I feel like, because I was having this conversation with my sister last night. She was like, I used to say, racist stuff, but not no more. And that could also be where your spirit is, too. My sister's, like, totally in a God and all this stuff. I'm in a God, too. But I'm not all the way there to the fact where I'm not spewing some bad shit out of my mouth. Like, if a fat person did something to me, that's the fat piece of shit that they are. And they will probably hit, like, who's your maker, motherfucker? A ugly like, all of that. All of those negative verbs I use if someone in that description category did something to me. So I'm not saying that makes me a racist, and it doesn't. So when I use that same rubric and apply it to what she did, what she said, I feel that. Like, I cannot be mad at her for freedom of speech. Like I said, I always look at actions. That was the last determining factor of my decision, was her actions overall, not what she said. Our foundation, and me just being patient and slow to judge and allow her to talk and be open to learn. At the end of the day, I'm here to make an example. If I have someone that is open and willing to grow with me and have a dialogue with me and explain themselves, I cannot be that judgmental towards someone else when I do the same thing, or probably have done the same thing. You're going to see in the receipts how beautiful things went. You know what I'm saying? If this was me 10 years ago, it would have been quick to just be like, you know what? Fuck that bitch. Fuck her. I'm blocking her. I don't want to see her again. And that's the end of our memories. We all getting older out here. And if y'all really, really, really want to make a change in this world, then leading by example is the best. It's the best way to go. When you have problems like this in your relationships, your friendships, or people you associate with, have the conversation. Have the race conversation. Ask the questions. Be willing to listen. Be willing to understand that point of view and put yourself in their shoes. If you were considered racist, somebody thought you was racist or whatever, you should be open to explain your position, your background, your history, where you coming from. How is the struggle for you? How you working through it? Because at the end of the day, if we can all do this, we can end racism. Trust me. I'm not going to say that it can happen overnight, but what I'm going to say is that it will weed out the people that choose to stand in that strong white supremacy and that strong racism. They'll be over there while everybody who is healing is over here. And when you lead by example and set the example, how far do you think racism and white supremacy will prevail over people, a population that is actually being non-judgmental, that is actually being open to the conversation, asking the questions, and gaining the knowledge to understand in order to heal the situation? Trust me, evil won't prevail, because that's what it is. Racism is evil covered in skin color. In order to stop racism, you have to realize your part in it. You have to be transparent. And you will not be transparent if you cannot be transparent with yourself or any other relationship that you have. One thing that I can say is, with the time that I said we kind of spent apart, that was me. That was my time for me to grow, to be the person that I am today, in order to handle these situations that we are having today, in order to help to change the world. When she took her time away from me, that was her own journey that she went through. I don't know what happened with her. I know what happened with me. I had a real hard time in the time that we was away. I had a really, really hard time, but it strengthened me, and I feel like it prepared me for the times that we're about to move forward in now in 2020. So I want you to look at everything that you go through as a lesson and not a mistake or not a setback or not a downfall. Look at it as a triumph that you got over it, that you made it through, and that you build a bridge to walk across. Because that's the future. Going through that situation with Big Texas meant so much to me. Because, like I said in the beginning, most of the people that I become friends with, and that's however it happens, especially women, are non-black women. Even if I can take my non-black friend and lead by example with her in order to influence women of color to get the point of friendship and relationships with other women, then let this set the bar. Let this be an example for how to deal with your relationships. Don't be old and lonely. Don't be bitter. Find your soul tribe. And make sure that you're a friend to your friend. Because it could go, you could be a friend to somebody that's not a friend to you. Make sure that you be a friend to your friend. So those are all the messages that I kind of wanted to share with you today, and I hope that you can take this and you really can do something with it. It could be valuable lessons to you and how to get through things. I know everybody's journey or situation won't go that way, the way that mine and hers did, but because everybody's personality is different. But follow the rubric, and may you go far. Peace and blessings. And remember, at the end of the day, it's all about ending racism. Alright, best buds, I would like you to share this video, like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. And on that note, I'm out.